Okay, I guess that's going to be the best lighting and camera angle I can get for this. Just because of where my work area is, and the fact that I'm not really set up. But I have this set for a straight stitch to start. A longer stitch there. So the straight stitch turned out fine. Here, went along, didn't miss anything, so we will back onto the presser foot, shortened up, and adjust for maximum width on the zigzag. Slowly stitch a long row under zigzag and see where we end up. Go. And did just all fine, and then we got to a spot here where it skipped 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 stitches, and then it stitched properly again for a while. So I think let's I think the stitch length, oh yeah, the stitch length adjustment knob is loose. It is rotating the entire, it is rotating fully. Alright, well, I'm going to have to find a screwdriver. There, it comes right off. Look at that. Well, it most of the way, and then we'll just set it to a very short stitch. That way I get the most number of stitches left to right in my length, and I can check to see how many it misses more easily. And I know that this is going to bounce horribly, but I'm going to go a bit faster in this section. Alright, so and checking this, Well, first of all, for a stitch that short, my tension is my upper tension is far too high because I keep pulling that white thread out from the bobbin. But even on that very fast section, it did not miss any stitches in this row. So WD-40 was enough to get it loosened up. And that means that I can give a small tune-up to the motor and reassemble this and put it in the case, and it is good to go. And I'll have to tighten the stitch length adjustment knob in place. There's no flat or dimple on this adjustment ring here, so I just have to have it set for the longest, put it in place, and tighten that down. So not a problem on that. But I'm really glad that this didn't actually require adjustment. It just required a lot more freeing up of the mechanism. And that's one of the issues. I honestly don't, well, the answer is probably patent reasons. These side load bobbins are no easier to put in than front load bobbins, and they have that added complexity because the bobbin is like this. The hook is also rotating, is also lined up with the needle, so when the needle moves left to right, the hook has to move. A front load machine, the hook rotates around like this, and you can just design the hook so it will catch the needle whether it's to the left or the right as the hook rotates. So it's just, like I said, I'm certain there's a patent involved for why they made a lot of these machines this direction, or with the side load bobbin. But it does have a level of complexity that is not necessary for a front load bobbin, and I'm not really certain what benefit it would provide, because it certainly isn't any easier to load the bobbins or the bobbin case. But I'm glad that this tuned up really well, and yeah, I probably am going to take a minute to look at the motor, see how that is, because it does not run the greatest as the motor. It runs okay, but especially since when you use it the light dims, it's probably drawing a lot more power than it should. So we'll look at that next.